Township Trustee Meeting, August 27th, 2024. It is 7 p.m. If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if everyone could remain standing for a moment of silence for our first responders. Thank you. Okay, first order of business is approval of minutes. We have the July 2nd, 2024 special meeting minutes. I will move to approve.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Yes. And July 17th, 2024 special meeting minutes. I will move to approve those.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Yes. July 23rd, 2024 regular meeting minutes. I will move to approve.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Yes. And the last one is the August 8th, 2024 special meeting minutes. I will move to approve.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, moving on to department reports. Zoning?
Yes, I guess I gave you a report for the first 27 days of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a meeting with, for a minor subdivision and conservation development, another one on Marks Road.
Okay, so the minor subdivision
Vision would be Terryton Avenue.
off of 303?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, there's 9 to 11 lots. The conservation would be in front of the zoning commission. In the minor subdivision, if they state it, they gotta apply for it, and then it's gonna go downtown at
Okay.
the county.
So the minor subdivisions, you said by Tarrington off of 303?
Yes.
Okay, and then the conservation overlay
Is,
district?
yeah, 2457 Marks Road.
Okay. And that would go in front of the zoning commission
Commission.
for a map amendment?
Correct.
Okay,
In site plan.
okay. Were those applications received, or just you discussed
No,
with them?
no, they just come in for the meetings, and as soon as they're done, then we'll move forward.
Okay. Okay, thanks for the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then on your report, August 1st through August 27th,
There was 12, I
12
believe.
permits, okay. Yeah, for accessory buildings, change of owner, 3 decks, porch patios, fences, freestanding signs, in-ground pools. Great. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to police, chief.
Glad everybody's in here and air conditioning on outside. Couple requests and one announcement. The first announcement, our Brunswick Hills Police Association, once again, they're putting on a raffle for our canine Ago. We've had Ago and his partner, Patrolman Ted Macrinos, for 5 years, and that dog was purchased on funds that were donated to the police association. So the training and everything went to Ago. And over these past 5 years, anytime the dog needed a vet bill or food or anything like that, the association has covered all the costs for taking care of Ago. We pay the officer and his time to take care of Ago, and he's been a good asset here in the township. And we are getting low on some of the funds, so the police association is generous enough to go ahead and do a raffle. And what this raffle is, it's It's a grand prize. Right now, we probably have close to $7,000 in this grand prize. There's tickets to Indians games, Lumberjacks game. There are Architectural Justice. They made donations, and pretty much every business in the township has made a donation to the cause. We got wood donated from Hoffman and so on. But there's a lot of prizes. So winner takes all. We were only selling 300 tickets, and we're down to probably the last 40 or 50 tickets. So tickets are $20. The drawing will be September 7th, and 100% of the proceeds go back to the K-9 unit, and it'll take care of Ago's food and any other vet expenses for them. So I appreciate the association doing that, and big thanks to all the donors, RPM, and everybody that's in the township that is generously donated to this one prize. So it's going to be pretty exciting, and I think the winner, there's going to be so much there for them. If they win it, they're going to have enough Christmas presents for the whole year. So there's hand-painted glasses and all kinds of cool stuff in there. So if you didn't get your tickets, tickets will be available. See Ellen Monday through Friday at the PD. They're $20. A little update on the station. We had that furnace that the drip line kind of busted out and totally destroyed the floor in the evidence room down below that. By the time we caught it, it was totally destroyed. So we had a week and a half of these dryers. They had to come in because of the way the I-beams are set up in the station. They had to pass inspection and make sure that they weren't water damaged. But all the flooring was totally ripped up, patrol office, my office, and then all the drywall down below. So they got the plywood back down on the floor in there. Everything is dried out. They fixed the air conditioning unit. Now it has a pump line in there. So, and another emergency shut-off valves or control module that was put on that. With that also, we had the roof that the storm took off the shingles. So right now they have the tarp on it. They replaced the drywall at the station. But with that, I do have a request. Since I have the construction workers there, everything has been removed out of our evidence room 1 and stockpiled in evidence room 2 at this time. So evidence room 1, kind of everybody looks over here to that wall, and you can see that scaling type of stuff. That's how the basement looks in the police department on the east side of the wall. So a couple years ago, we did the west side of the basement walls where the gyms are and where the officers have an office down there and the men's locker room. The east side wasn't that bad, but now it's totally covered like that. We did have it tested. It's not harmful or anything. It's just the calcification from the moisture from coming off the heat and then hitting the cold block and breaking down. So it looks bad, it's ugly, and it's always a mess. There's always just flakes falling all over. So with that, I want to get the ladies' locker room resealed just like the other side, have the insulation put on there and fixed. Same thing with the evidence room. The walls are just like that. And then we need to have that portion of the wall where all the flooding came through. They dried out the concrete in there, but they suggest that we just put a concrete seal on there and kind of stop some of the moisture coming through there. When they demoed the garage, I had them take down, we had radiant heaters that were hanging down in the garage. And these heaters, we can only park on one side of the garage because they hang so low, and they will burn the top of our light bars because they're only literally, probably fire inspector would probably violate us because it is close. So the cars, when they built the garage, we had, sedans and stuff, but with the big vehicles, we can't put them in there. So with that, I had the old furnaces taken out, but to have a new furnace put in there, I got a quote to have electrical and a new furnace put in, and also to put back all the shelving and rack system that I have down in the evidence room once they replace and seal that wall. And I think there's another couple things. The garage ladder needed to be replaced that goes up in the attic. I did get a quote to have everything, vapor drywall hung, removed, dumpster and everything. The total came to $17,582.25. I would request a purchase order to Titan Construction out of our facilities line item to take care of all these repairs to the basement and the garage. And Titan right now they're the ones that are, and Chris was in the other day and she's seen they've been taking all the construction. They were the ones that were selected by the insurance company to come out, and they've been doing all the repairs and everything there currently. So since they have all the equipment there, drywall, just be easier to have them just finish the necessities.
And that price doesn't include the 2 doors that you talked about?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, the doors, the man doors on the outside, the 2 east side doors, they gave a quote of $5,360 to take apart the metal doors that are pretty rough condition, and one is, a couple years ago, we had it, like, a guy came in and put tin on it and wrapped it, so but it's still, and they're in bad shape. They're original doors from whenever the building was built, but with that, right now, I don't have that much in that facilities line item, so I'm gonna hold off on that until maybe next year.
I'll move to approve.
I will second.
And I'll keep you updated with more photos of the mess. That's all I have.
Tricka?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
I have a question. The furnace,
Yeah, it's gonna be, the PO's gonna be out to Titan Construction.
so all of that?
Yeah, it's all gonna be
6,000
all
for
in
the
one.
furnace
Yes.
is part of that 17,000?
Yes, yep.
That's why I just, thank you.
Yeah, I'll send it over tomorrow with the W-9.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to fire, chief.
Everybody something to look at. Good evening. Just a few requests and a couple announcements for tonight. First request is a purchase order to Protect Sales in the amount of $6,980 from our small tools, minor equipment EMS line item. And that's to replace the body armor plates in our rescue task force vests. The new plates have, I sent the board 2 quotes. And the reason I did that is, first quote is for a 5-year warranted plate. The second is for a 15-year warranty plate. If we buy the 15-year plate, which is more expensive right now, in the 15 years or 2 more replacements after the initial purchase will actually be $700 and change ahead of where we would be if we bought the 5-year plates. And that's assuming there's no price increase each year with the 5-year plates. And like I said, these are for the RTF vests, which originally we got on a grant, and we had paid nothing for them originally.
I'll move to approve.
I will second.
Tricka?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Next, I have a training request to have 2 members attend a live fire training at the Hinckley Fire Department on the 29th. And the training is provided by the state of Ohio at no charge. It's the flashover training. They get credit for live fire training, which is important for our ISO rating.
I will move to approve.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Tricka?
Yes.
I did have another request for training that came in today. It was contacted by Columbia Township. They're conducting a water shuttle training on September 9th, and I'd like to request 2 people with the tanker to attend that training.
September 9th.
Correct.
I'll move to approve.
I will second.
Tricka?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
On to announcements. We did receive a nice thank you card from the Cuyahoga Valley Church. Our duty crew attended their summer picnic. Unfortunately, one of their parishioners had gotten hurt during the picnic, and so it was a good thing that our squad was there to tend to them. But they send their appreciation and thanks for us being there, and obviously the timely response to the incident. Next, you can see we received a trophy here for our participation in the Valley City water fight, which is a fire department tradition. I'll be honest, it's probably been 15 years or so since one of these has been done in the area. And so it was nice that Valley City put it together for their street fair. Happy to report we did come in 2nd place. So, and there was,
Awesome.
I think, 10 teams total from around the county. So congratulations to our guys. Firefighters Phelan, Wally, because I can't say his last name, Cody, Winland, Rodak, and myself participated in that. So
Very good.
congratulations
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
to us. I guess we should congratulate the Spencer Fire Department that won first place, so good job to them. Lastly, another positive thing that I did receive notification today that we received the Ohio EMS grant in the amount of $3,137.40. So that'll go towards EMS equipment and education, and I believe we have till the end of the year to spend that. And how that works is we actually spend the money, submit our receipts or purchase orders, and then they reimburse the township for that amount. But
Awesome.
that money, we have to thank our friends at the police department because that's generated through seatbelt fines. So when you pay your seatbelt fines, you're actually helping out EMS. So Chief Sopkovich, tell those guys, keep writing them seatbelt tickets. We appreciate it. And that's
Very
all I
good.
have.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to service.
Just two things. First is request, basically to have our police department's cruiser number 8 that was going out of service to be reallocated to us at the service department. This will be a very beneficial vehicle since we can make use of it and it's still in very nice shape. This was a phone approved by 2 trustees on 8/22/2024. And then the second I have request to hire Crossroads Asphalt to fog seal Markwood Court, the road that we just chip sealed. Some beneficials to fog sealing it is it's going to make it look that darker and rich color like asphalt. It'll reduce the amount of dust that is kicked up from all the chip seal and the choke that's on the road, and it reduces the noise of the road. And also it extends the life. It could extend it anywhere from 2 to 7 years is what we've seen it. Some of the examples of the roads in Brunswick City that were just done are Garfield Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard. Those were just done. And then up in North Royalton on Glenville Drive, last time this was chip sealed and fogged was 2011, and they said within the next 6 years they still have on it. A typical chip seal road's anywhere from 7 to 10 years. So if we can get 15, 16 years out of doing this, I think it's very beneficial.
Yeah.
The total cost would be $9,939.45. And if approved, have a PO made out of our purchase services line item.
Okay, I'm all for repurposing and sharing among departments, equipment if they need it. So I'll move to approve the transfer of the police vehicle cruiser 8 to the service department.
I will second.
Tricka,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes. Then I'll move to approve a purchase order to Crossroads Asphalt for the fog seal on Markwood Court in the amount of $9,939.45.
I will second.
Tricka,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes. And do you want to mention your brush?
Oh, last trustee meeting, or 2 ago, we got approved to purchase a new pickup broom. I just want to say that we received and picked it up today. It's sitting in the shop attached to the wheel loader, so hopefully we'll have it out tomorrow, sweeping some of the debris off our roads.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, trustee reports, Christina?
Nothing.
And I have nothing for tonight. Well, I will say I did attend the meeting today with the commissioners regarding the annexation petition, and they heard our case, and they heard everyone's case, and they have up to 30 days to decide, so we'll wait to hear what they decide. Okay, moving on to fiscal officer's report.
We have a warrant for, dated today for $133,064.25. I have payroll dated September 3rd for $76,200.62. And we have July's bank reconciliation that is completed, that you guys can sign as well. Want me to keep going?
No, we'll go ahead and approve these. I will move to approve the payment listing dated August 22nd, 2024, in the amount of $133,064.25. And one of the large items on there is to Tim Lilly Chevrolet for a new vehicle for the police for $54,860.50. And there's also a payment of $54,304.30 to Medical Mutual for insurance.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Trick?
Yes. Then I'll move to approve payroll dated September 3rd, 2024, in the amount of $76,200.62.
I'll second.
Chris?
Yes.
Trick?
Yes. Mhm.
And I just have 3 purchase orders that I had to do to cover the purchase. Well, let me give you the number. We'll start with a regular purchase order, number 131-2024 for $5,000. And that was for Roderick Linton Belfast LLP. It's the gentleman, the attorney for the annexation.
What was that amount again?
$5,000.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a blanket, regular blanket. It's 106-2024, and it's for the police to carry the medical and hospitalization through till the end of the year.
Yeah.
For $106,000. And that'll be, it's a blanket, so every month when any hospitalization or medical comes in, that's the line item that it goes to. Do you want me to tell you that one?
Mhm.
Okay. And I have another blanket certificate for our service department, again, for their hospitalization, medical and hospitalization. This is a time of the year when you would run, at the beginning of the year, you do the purchase orders and you think you're gonna get through the end of the year, and no. So this is the time of the year when you have to start now doing additional purchase orders. It's in the budget, you just have to do
Yeah.
another purchase
Mhm.
order, that's all. And this one is for $34,000 to carry medical and hospitalization for our service department for the rest of the year. And that's 105-2024.
I'll move to approve the requested purchase orders from the fiscal officer.
I will second.
Tricka?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
And that's it? Okay, thank you. Okay, I don't have any old business. Any new business?
No.
Okay. Any miscellaneous and correspondence? I have none. Okay, announcement of upcoming meetings. The next trustee meeting is September 10th at 7 p.m. The Board of Zoning Appeals will meet September 4th at 7 p.m. and the Zoning Commission September 5th at 7 p.m. Is there any public input tonight? And when you come up, if you can please state your name, spell your last name, and your address.
Linda Hudson, 314 Pearl Road, Brunswick Hills Township, HUDSON.
Thank you.
Tricka and I had the opportunity to attend the hearing that was set for the annexation for the property that is behind the Hoffman property and John Roca's property. Mr. Roca was present there as well. I'm going to just kind of read off exactly what I testified to down there so that we can kind of inform people of what's actually happening. It was a rather interesting meeting, to say the least. Mr. Schrader, who we hired, did a fine job, and I think his expert witness also did a fine job, so probably worth every penny that we paid for him. He brought up a lot of technicalities that people are not aware of. We may be too little, too late, but I think it's very important for us to understand what is happening in the community. Several weeks ago, I was invited to sit on the steering committee for updating the Brunswick Hills Comprehensive Plan and to help update the land use plan for our township. As a past trustee for Brunswick Hills, I helped with the first comprehensive plan, and I take the responsibility very seriously. What our committee does now will impact the future of Brunswick Hills Township. I've been out of the loop for a little while, so I felt it necessary to attend recent training meetings that are put on by the county to help me understand what actions was being taken by the county at these levels these days. I'm happy to report that some things have not changed too much. I understand today we were there at the commissioners' meeting, and they were to approve or disapprove the annexation of a property along Pearl Road. As a member of the steering committee for Brunswick Hills, I'd like to have some clarification on how the annexation process works these days, and these are the questions that I asked of the county commissioners. It was pretty important because a lot of times when we're hearing this from the legal eagle end, they're asking questions that may or may not pertain, and they also are not understanding what has happened in the past. You have a lot of members. While reviewing the land use map and the area, it became apparent that there's been numerous annexations of property in the township during the past 20 years. I can only assume that those annexations have followed the journal entry in those areas that require annexation for water. Since we no longer have Denny Kerwin to remind us of the importance of the 1977 journal entry and the infamous map that went along with it. 2005 was the most recent map, and I think that we had the opportunity, our attorney presented it as well as the attorney for the defendant, who is building on that parcel that is at the end of Woodard and Kimmich. I'm just curious to ask the county commissioners which properties have to annex for water and which do not. Nowadays, who makes those determinations? Does the property that is being discussed, that was discussed today, fall inside the boundaries of the journal entry map, and if the map is still being followed? We've been held to it as Brunswick Hills Township for a very long time, and we've been made very aware of it. I think everybody else should be aware of it as well, including Brunswick City and the county commissioners. We're hoping that they'll give us some kind of information back on that. When the annexation process begins, are landowners and business owners told that they have a choice, or is it just an acceptable practice to annex the land without question? Brunswick Hills Township has long been held to that 1977 journal entry. It has cost us thousands of dollars as residents. It has been taxed to us as residents. As a township board, we have spent thousands of dollars representing. The county has now started construction of a water tower on Substation Road. I asked the question, is this water tower being built to service a larger area of the township? Rumor has it that it is just to increase the pressure to the area that already exists. How far are the water lines being extended, and how many residents or properties have accessibility to this? As our comprehensive plan committee prepares the updated plan for Brunswick Hills Townships, these are questions that have to be addressed in order for us to even utilize the services of the professional management company that we've hired to help us update that plan. We hope that it'll give us some knowledge there. A couple of highlights that I took away from it is our zoning, and I think Tricka heard it also. When we make changes to that, 3 meetings are required. We have to have that hearing process, whether it be through public comment or however it happens. We're in that process right now trying to do some of those things, and it's made it very difficult. I don't want everything to collide all at the same time, but it is. We were informed by the city of Brunswick that Woodard and Kimmich was serviced by the county as per their road foreman. Now, Woodard and Kimmich belong to township. Corey, you, I believe, will confirm that. You plow them, you take care of them. The subdivision or property that Mr. Simon has in the back there may or may not be landlocked, and it may or may not be serviced by those two roads. Brunswick City was stating that their road department person said that that was handled by the county, so we corrected that. We don't know for sure how they'll receive it. They have 30 days to make a decision. And whatever decision that the county commissioners make on this, it's kind of like the journal entry, it's gonna last. It's going to be there. My concerns is if Mr. Simon is able to develop, and nothing against Mr. Simon, he has worked in the community before and he has done a fine job. He has been able to work in the past with us on several subdivisions, also in Brunswick and Brunswick Hills, where they have been very nice. I mean, there's no bad things happening there. The concern is they were focusing in on the services from the fire department, the police department, who's giving more mutual aid to whom, okay? It appears that our fire department is giving more mutual aid to Brunswick City. Why are we paying for that? As a taxpayer, if we're providing mutual aid, I understand there are mutual aid agreements, and I love the city. I love where I live. I love Northeast Ohio. But we have to ask the question, when they start an annexation, and our attorney did a very nice job in bringing up some extremely important points. Don't know how it'll be received by the county commissioners or if they will adhere to that, but the things that they do is when they receive something on an annexation, the annexation states that it has to be a time-specific thing. In other words, they have to say, I'm going to provide services and I'm going to provide water, fire, sewer, blah, 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 blah. And that is part of their agreement with the annexation. So we're hoping that they will be able to give us that. And it has went as far as the 9th District Court of Appeals. So we're kind of, I'm not an attorney, these people are. They answered and asked some very interesting questions that we need to be aware of. Have we had a extremely strong zoning office? And of course, I'm gonna sound silly here, we probably should have the 1977 journal entry in our hand when we walk in the office, and maybe the 2005 map posted across the side of the wall, because when a developer or a resident, and I classify people as either nesters or investors. Nesters are people who are coming to our communities to hopefully build a home here and reside with us and be with us and enjoy our services and people. The investor may become a nester. He might have enough money that he would like to develop something and live here. But the first line of defense that we have, or the first line of action, and Wes, when you had your 2 meetings here in the past couple of weeks, the people come in and they start asking these questions. What can I do? Can I get water? Is it inside the journal entry? Is it not outside? They need to know that. I imagine that everyone that was in that room today spent a lot of money representing something that should have been very clear. We should have had a clear path for everyone to come into our zoning office and say, hey, how do I obtain a permit for this? Gosh, if I have to annex, what is the proper procedure to do so? Or, gosh, sorry, I don't think I can stay in Brunswick Hills. I'm gonna have to annex because it is inside that map. So it becomes really, really important. Sam Boyer said that she was able to get a lot of documents that Denny Kerwin had, and she is able to preserve those at the Historical Society. I believe, Chris, you may have found one of the old maps in one of the boxes over there. If we can get a copy of the 2005 map, I'm sure if we do a FOIA request, we can probably receive that as well. It should be here somewhere. Everybody should be well aware of it. It is a taxing, daunting task to keep up with all of this. And of course, I'm getting old. I'm almost as old as Dave. And we have lots of money invested. We cannot allow them to make everyone pay again and again and again. It should be clear. I think even Brunswick City will agree with that, because if they have similar zoning to us, if it's inside the journal entry map, then obviously it's an annexation. If it is outside, then it's questionable. And I was shocked when they said that our roads were being serviced by the county, when we know those are our roads. At some point, if a subdivision goes in there, which I hope it does, it may be a very nice subdivision, but we're gonna have to look at the servicing of the roads, and again, who's going to service the water, the sewer, the fire, and those are the questions that we're hoping to get answered. Hope that helps. Thanks for hearing.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, you seeing none? You have public comment?
Just got a question.
Sure, come on up, state your name.
It's
And
Tony
ad-
Destro,
Mhm.
301 Marks Road, Destro.
Thank you.
I just was wondering what you guys decided on from the last meeting about the zoning department and the fire department being together.
We have not made any decision.
Okay, do you know, when should we check back in with you?
I don't even know when we're gonna talk about it.
I would assume since Mr. Nixon isn't here
Mhm.
tonight, it would be at the next meeting.
Okay, thanks.
I would assume that, don't,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Check back in next meeting.
Okay, I see.
Can I approach the mic for a
Sure.
second?
I'd like to just take a moment to address some of the comments that were made in the last meeting. Specifically, a resident expressed her displeasure with me as the fire chief and not responding to a call for service at her home. As the fire chief, it is my mission to ensure the safety, health, and wellness of the people in the township, whether you're a resident, a visitor, passing through, or just, I don't know, here to visit, I guess. And I take that job very seriously. On December 10th of 2013, I took an oath. I take that oath very seriously, and that's to discharge the duties as fire chief to the best of my abilities. Every day that I'm in the township, every day that I'm home, I take that oath very seriously. While I have the title of part-time fire chief, there's nothing part-time about this. I am always the fire chief. There is never a time that I'm not. When I'm on vacation, I get phone calls. I'm monitoring what's going on. When I'm at home with my family, once again, I monitor what goes on, and I'm ready to respond to the needs of this township. While that resident has not approached me prior to the last meeting when she expressed her concerns regarding that call, I went back and I did some research. That call was in 2018. There were other calls subsequent to that incident, one in 2020, that I responded to that home for another request for an ambulance. What was noted in that report was that I arrived shortly after the squad within a few minutes, and I stayed until the ambulance transported that patient to the hospital. That wasn't mentioned in the conveyance of the first incident. I think that just demonstrates that there was no ulterior motive, there was no angst to not respond to a call for service. As a first responder, that is what I took an oath to do. I would never leave a township resident, visitor, without the proper protection and without the proper services. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Seeing as there's no more public comment, I have no more business tonight, so I move to adjourn.
I'll second.
It is 7:38 p.m.
Yes.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Night.